process, the promise, the throne. No matter how many hours you pray, you cannot avoid the process. So you better trust the process. Prayer does not avoid God from taking you through the process. If you avoid the process, you are avoiding the promise. The wilderness, the promise, the throne. There is nothing beautiful you have acquired and you have that never went through a process. Imagine those who made Atadi Sewo decided that the raw materials are one of the Tadiano, one of the brown say. You look like a mad person. Yanko. The wilderness, the promise, the throne. Yeti, what do you say? Uko krom na uko hu atade na woto hu material na woto ye. Na nka material say we atade say we. O wanu na nka wo kasa. Ko be ka kire o say I don't deserve to get to you. Raw materials are the wilderness. The promise has to do with the beauty. And the throne has to do with the one who purchases it. The beauty of every material is how you wear it. Eti uko akra na uko to Africa we yes so with material ubekono ne yabobo anambeboa ne yabobo ne sade kese bi o eti uko ma mene twia na wacha bi. How many years do you want na wacha chakra material na efe but yempam you cannot see how beautiful the material will be. Oh my God. My God, and you're not here. There were material from that company, you know. Were material no on the wilderness. The material wasn't looking beautiful, but he had a vision, the promise, and knew that one day, this material will get to the throne. Oh God, help me to preach. It looks nice on you. It looks beautiful, but you have forgotten that this material went through a process. Oh, Lord, help me. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't avoid the process. If you avoid the process, you are avoiding the promise. And let me tell you this, there are many of you seated here, umpire bi awbo, erade jimio, erade yimi frimu, erade pojami temo, me mama telefon sreme, na makachro say, when God is at work, prayer cannot change his promises. Maybe the answer say, maybe ano. Maybe the new say. Bibia noa na kan so o wa noa na ka wo kofa tro ba bia ye di nsuo e go through process na ka me yeso say nsuo bia na no ko be ka say mabre. I don't want to be water anymore because the process I am going through to become water for people to drink and have health, I cannot anymore. But you see, I go through process. All you need to do is to enjoy. If you want to enjoy your destiny and see a better future, you must enjoy the process too. Be careful. But ladies and gentlemen, many a times we fight against the process. And that is why I look at the young man who is gifted, called by God, and I tell you, go to Bible school. But you need to understand that without a process, you cannot possess the land. If you don't know, you see, you were enjoying. Once upon a time, Nediano was a seed. It was planted very small, but that seed had to go through a process. It is so better. Every abebo, assassin bedane, or no, the also for more. Nadiswadi one is obey 50 or 15 when ye and Yamiadum yen channel, and what ye can and Wabetanasia. You are only enjoying the shade from the tree, but you must understand that before it became a tree, it went through a process. The beauty of the tree is how grow it is, how well it is standing, how beautiful the leaves. So you are only enjoying without thinking about the process. Seed. 9 months. Wow. Now within the space of 9 months, from the first month your wife conceived until the 9th month process. Say a basse or you have 9 months. Now akwara ye ko we no. Now I have 1 pointer. Something is wrong with the pregnancy. Oh God. God. Listen, if God is the one taking you to the process, it means there is a throne for you. If you go through the process and there is no throne, then it means it was an attack. And Eti wanyemi no 1 month akwala body is different. 2 months. In fact, see a chest scanner. Both akwala in the teeth doesn't look like a human being. Sometimes when God is taking you to the process, you don't look like somebody who will become a king. You don't look like somebody who will grow up to become a rich person. You don't look like somebody who is going to be magnified tomorrow. But ladies and gentlemen, in the process you are broken, but on the throne you are arranged. Oh God, help me. So why are you gold? God is talking to somebody this morning, because many of you are seated here broken into pieces. But I came to tell you that when God is taking you through a process, He must break you to put you together. And you say, why are you God? Oh, God do me share your pay, and I say, God do fair. God is nice, but you must understand that first gold or your Donkoh too, it wasn't yellow, it was black. Number one, I don't understand God. If you want us to enjoy good, you don't hide it from man. And decide that, assassin and you, assassin say. And then somebody has to go through a process. Dig, 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 and then get to the gold. Or two gold in this one, and you're yellow, and you're black. No, there are days in your life that when you wake up, you can't see light, you see darkness. I don't know if I have 3 people who can witness to that. And sometimes you feel like God has already disappointed you. God made a promise to you, but it looks like, you are never getting there. Ladies and gentlemen, when God is at work, you look dirty. But when He beautifies you, you look glorious. The way you are clapping, something is wrong with the church. Yeah. God in the oh, come on. Wonderful. Near the issue, near the good God in the society. Near horror, you're still black. I'm saying, no, and you go to the, but this is not. You know, some of you are spiritually a gold, but now you look dirty. Wait for God to take you the process. And trust me, when God takes you the process, you're going to be look like gold. I said, when God takes you through the process, you are going to look like gold. Ya di so ni aworo ya woro ya na obiaje waje a ono so refinery machine no the two machine or the tuber na machine. The machine, do you know what the machine does? It takes dirty things from the gold and separate the gold from the dirt. Oh we are no aboa gold na no the afegem kaso the afegem one thing kaso the afegem or kaso the afegem. When we walk through fire and we pass through fire, what is God is with us. Yet though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I fear no evil. Do you know why? Because in that moment, God is preparing me for something great. Hey, until you see God at work, you will see disappointment at work. So many of you feel like, my son, my if you get to understand where the throne is, going through the process and enjoying the promise will be easy. Mayweather becomes a champion because you saw him and defined him as a champion because he won a match. Champions are prepared on the field before the ring. You same boat, or 2 minutes, 1 minute, or billions of dollars, 1 minute. But you must understand that before he won the championship, the guy has to go through a process. And ladies and gentlemen, nobody enjoys the process because the process is a hard thing to do. Oh Lord, help me. And sometimes even taking your own bath is a problem. Oh, I'm talking to somebody. It's a process. When you want to go to a party, you want to come to church, you want to attend a meeting that is so important to you, what do? You wash it down, process. You brush your teeth, process. And then you look for some perfume. Who need perfume? So ankajua. Now you chew one process. Now address it, come on. Then you look nice. In fact, before you look nice, you have to go through a process of about 30 minutes of dressing up. Why? Because you wanted to get to a promise, the throne. You wanted to get to where somebody has promised to meet you. Why? I think I also when you talk from one test you Sabi wanumu sent. Nanka sorry ya no process. No akoshia ni pa your hobby. Okay, I'll say, hey, Maba, or show anybody else. Man, I'm sure. Me firma. And you know, in case you to say, sometimes we meet God unprepared because we are avoiding the process. Me ben nyamba tabe ne ye man aduane na ye man aduane ne ye man aduane aduane e di mari ni nyina ne say won go through process to get to the throne obenyinia ye be no ben otumi nyi without eating la eti the yaya ne say on the wilderness is when he is a baby. Promise, the process is when we are feeding the boy. Very soon, he's going to work. In other words, for him, he finds himself in his environment as a king, sitting on his throne. All things work together for good to those who love God. Oh my God, my God. And titi ye bi anyame tete ono. O titi wo wa kon kakran kakro. And ye na me catch ro say, "Eh ya wo bom pa ya ya ka say we gya wosoro odi ho nti." Why? Because he knows what he's doing. Ya funny pa and you did call Pharaoh why ya titi ni nyina. Na sa wo mo be odi boy ni for the throne. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you are left alone and you are rejected by men, it is the process. Even to marry, you go through a process, dating, courtship, marriage process. Life is all about process. I have never seen a building just get up and it became a building. No, the building must go through a process. Builders, contractors, they lay one block at a time. And sometimes when they start building, the wilderness, the building doesn't look like a promised building where people will stay, the throne. It doesn't look beautiful. But one more year, aircon, would you say, hey, and then we have become a muso musio. Now, me name Sebeja for say, almost the 6 months in the sea. But the truth is that the woman who see down, the process they are going through, even though they are paid, it's a hard process. But the Osidan, we are contractor, no, we no Genechra, or say, Amayadu. God is the contractor. Your life is being constructed according to the plan of God. Listen, if you move out of his will, you are already destroyed. I know the thoughts and the plans I have for you. Your ways are not my ways. Your plans are not my plans. Your thoughts are as the heavens are higher than the earth. So my ways. Ladies and gentlemen, God knows the end from the beginning. Even the day you will die, he knows. Imagine that in my days at Chimoda, I decided to avoid the process. I will not see the promise, what I'm seeing. And I will not be a star, a public figure today, the throne. The reason is that once God takes you through the process, he knows where he will end with you. Listen, God is the driver. The Holy Spirit is the car. All you need to do is to sit in the car. He knows where you are traveling to. I'm blessing somebody. If you want to drive yourself, if you don't take care, and you are not conversant and used to the road, you have a premature accident. And some of you, your prayer is that, oh God, deliver me. And God is saying, this is not the time to deliver you. I need to train you on the wilderness to kill lions and bears, so that when you meet Goliath, who will prevent you from the throne, you can overcome him and sit on the throne. Is that how you are clapping your hands? Now, anytime we preach about Goliath, we forget Saul. The most dangerous person along the path happens to be Saul, not Goliath. Somebody who can prevent the plan of God and say, once I sit on the throne, you may go through the wilderness experience and the process, the promise. But enjoy the throne, no. Jataba. Same, na me cousin, any Davida, na your movie, come to you for say, part no man, very dangerous. Oh no. You don't play with lions. But look at God making a king from the wilderness. Training him from the wilderness. Do you know why? Number one, God knew that you cannot enjoy the throne without the wilderness, the process, the promise, and then suddenly sit on the throne. Now listen, Saul was sitting on the throne and sat on the throne for a long time. But unfortunately, there was a Goliath. And so the kingdom wasn't a proper kingdom. In other words, even though he sits on the throne, he wasn't enjoying the kingdom fully. Why? Because there was somebody threatening the kingdom. If you avoid the process, there will be many things that will threaten your future. And that is why some of you feel like every pain, rejection, betrayal, criticism I have gone through has trained, built, equipped, and prepared me for a throne. They don't make noise. Now pow! You can't avoid the wilderness, the process, and get to the throne. And I am bold enough to hold this altar to tell you that even if it is the devil who has kept you, God has the ability to take you to the throne. Oh, come on, please. Forget the devil. Obia has been defeated by the blood of Jesus. Obi moja kura ne konka no. Enye ne nan ne nsa. Ni moja. That is how low the devil is. Obi moja. Say kam the blade e twa na moja so. Akonka obronsam. Simple moja. It tells you that okono na Bible to me kasa kire no atu say eya wo nante obronsam so. If you don't know who you are, your identity can be stolen. Now you dress kama. Say, hello, sister. We need couple. Sister, but was so no, I don't deserve it. No. How please? Obi mom sister. Ye po bi atra wo ye nya obi a obeko osmbeko. Wa send bo. Wa hepo kakra. No akotra so wow. Ni pe obi atra your first sister we wamba. Also no, I don't think the right time will come. Know who you are, because who you are matters to your destiny. Me o friend Mr. Many Bishop Donkoh Williams Yeshia. Masa Yeshia. Grammar yeka. Ninga your process o. First be preacher bro for be two left. Me fan left. But the share back. So much that one day I met a pastor who discouraged and broke me down and told me that me look at Takashido. Me tebrofo. The same pastor one day met me and said, "You are doing so well. Huh? You are wonderful and fearfully made. Huh? See, you have a bright future. You see, when I saw you the first day, I knew where you would get to. It is only when you are on the throne they magnify you. And when you go through the process and they are not there, when you get to the throne, don't let them get there. Because those who don't celebrate you from the wilderness can be a sabotage to the throne. No wilderness, no process promise throne. Your trance, and some funsa. And some funsa. Nyame kran ka so nkoba for there. No watama for the ball. Okoba for the hair. Na odi for Samuel or then the oil goose to say, "Shay! Na membrance about for the us get away. We are the ones sitting on the throne. My God, my God, my God, my God." Ya baba for the house odi for nya wan. Eh? Say nyame anya wadoma take you through the process. Nyame shira pride will kill you. Some of you, God has limited you. God has decided to take you through the process so that you understand what failure means to the promises of God. So that when He blesses you and you are sitting on the throne, pride will not have any way in your life. God is talking to somebody. Because say, baby, I would say, me say, church, what they were offering, money. Hey, Ampa. Often did the neighbor, Ampa. What is no wilderness experience? Crashing. Thrown down was this. And I say, I have found David my servant. With my holy oil have I anointed him. His enemies shall bow before him. No wonder why David said, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Who shall I fear? When my enemies come around me, they shall be scattered." Why? Because if God be for you, who can be against you? Training. Tony, scripture David go to the person watching and say, when my enemies come, when they encamp me like beasts and dogs, they shall be scattered. The person watching and say, in the days of the wilderness, the lions and the bear came. God gave me strength, tenacity, power, vim, energy, enthusiasm, strength to kill them. Nothing. Oh God, let the plans of Ahithophel be destroyed. Odifo ena mo an okowura Jesse fie. Me ba, owura Jesse fie no si Jesse. Jesse ai. Hey, so ye be you ahwede nyame be ye. Samuel, eya wo kotwam wo so animu a, eya ye careful. Because ohun se wo twam a wodifo bi atete mremu. O twam wo krom ne hu wa ye nim sa wo de asam wo ba. Eti se so hu no busa se wo kon ya kasa be ko ba afode. Na mum fa afode ne ko Jesse fie na ko bo na wo ko busa ne se ne maya. Are you telling me that out of the 8, 9, 10 sons of Jesse, they never went through a process? They went through a process, but the grooming was not enough to be a king. And you know me catch now was sorry I said me won nuaba me won nuamema me were cousins from the nuclear from the extended family, but you know your process is not the same, and that is why your destinies are not same. Why? Because what I go through in the days of my wilderness determines what I enjoy in my days of glory. To me family nuabema but me you the same. What I go through, Boachi is not going through. What Boachi goes through, you may not be going. Are you here? It's a ba throne now. You're throwing the same. Owura wa happen say o man wa so mu dey ye bedidi. Say akaba ko ba ko no way. So no wo nwere. Ana one man one moti throne ni so no. Because they avoided the wilderness, the process, the promise, and then they jumped to the throne. Throne for ne ka say Jesse, rich man. Nema rich man. They never went through the process. So kontokwa so e kontokwa no pobiakwa no afraid Jesse man. They were strong in stature, good height, but no wilderness, no process, no promise. But they were enjoying from the father's house. Mon sorry, monko wilderness in so. Na monko hwe boy na monfa nemra. From the throne to the wilderness is very humiliating. But from the wilderness to the throne is very helpful. And then they move from the throne. Wilderness. David, Prophet Samuel here. David from the wilderness to the throne. The question is, where do you sit now? Where you sit now and the training you go through determine either you go up or you come down. Tina Baker say, kill pride, arrogance. Kill anything that will sabotage you from the throne must be killed. Telling you. Akweduwa. Somewhere say, hey, me na sorry onye. Kasonye. Yanko, kasonye. The wonderful thing is that when God takes you through the wilderness experience, those who sit on the throne now can mock at you. They look down on you and take you for granted. But remember that the stone the builders rejected can become a cornerstone. And it is the doing of the Lord. And it shall be marvelous in our sight.